viewers, and welcome to another edition of Reminiscences. Today, we have the special pleasure of having Alhaji Isyaku Ibrahim, who is a well-known businessman and politician, even though he is not somebody who has held any position or power in the country. So it's a unique situation of somebody who knows the people in power, even though he himself has never been one of our elected or appointed leaders. Alhaji Isyaku, I'd like to welcome you to our program on Trust TV.
Thank you very much for you having me in your own program.
Thank you. So the first time I heard about you, I was a student in Ahmadu Bello University, and I believe an international magazine published something about you in Paris. Perhaps they were saying this is the new jet set in Nigeria. I think you are in a private aircraft with very good-looking air hostesses. It's published in the magazine. Can you tell us that period of your life? What was going on then?
You want to know about me?
Yes, sir.
And I don't give information haphazard.
So you want us to begin in Wamba, where you were born, and then move to Paris, where you...
No.
Okay.
Listen, I was born in Wamba.
In Nasarawa State, right?
In Nasarawa State. I came a long way.
You are 86 now?
83.
83.
I was born April 15, 1938. You see that picture from Katsina?
Right.
Was Saadu Zungur, the first northerner who went to Yaba College in 1983 and 1938.
30, okay.
So I was born April 15, 1938.
What's your relationship with Zungur? Well, you know?
I knew about him because of the Katsina Club, Polo Club, which was created that year. And it was April 15. And I was born April 15, 1938.
Right.
That's the significance.
Right.
And Madan Saadu Zungur was the first northerner to go to Yaba College at that.
In Lagos, Yaba Tech.
So, and the people they made is MD Yusuf, who was my big brother in politics, because he was the Secretary General of the NCNC in Katsina. He actually brought Zik in 1948 to Katsina. MD Yusuf finished in Kano, School of Arabic Study, because they were the founder. So he went back to Katsina. So they called him Megari. Now, when he went to Katsina...
Let's go back to your own origin in Wamba. Wamba is a small town.
It's a small town,
State.
okay.
What was your educational possibilities then?
My educational possibility was very remote because I lost my father in 1948.
You were 10.
47, 48. 48. just to be precise, 48. So, my brother was in a missionary school, Alhaji Ahmadu, because there was no many schools. So, but I had the privilege of being associated with the DO's wife, who she was an Englishwoman, because my father was with the white people since when he was 9. So normally anything around Wamba is my father. And my grandfather used to take my father to the meeting in Lafia when they created the Nasarawa province. Because Musa, they killed the white man in Kefi. You know, Kefi are
Yes.
originally from Katsina.
Right.
So because of that, Musa ran away. So then the white people decided to transfer power to his brother in Nasarawa. So they upgrade Nasarawa to become Nasarawa province.
Right.
And in that Nasarawa province, then they created Lafia division. And Lafia division had 9 districts.
Right.
So the southern part of Lafia division, they are Nasarawa Igongi here about now.
Yes.
We used to call them Madan Duzi. And then we have Rindre, which is Wamba.
You are from there.
I'm a Kantana man.
Okay. Now let me narrow it down to your education now. Association with the white people. Your father is associated with helping the white administrator in Wamba, right? Did that give you an advantage?
No, my father was not associated with the white people in Wamba.
Right.
He was associated with white people
In Lafia.
Mangar, which is Parinrua.
Okay.
Because Parinrua is Hausa.
Right.
We came from Kebbi
Right.
through, we fought with Jarawa.
Right.
We fought with these people now who are the speaker. Seyawa, we call them Seyawa.
Okay. In Kebi.
Eh?
Right.
No, in those areas.
Right.
In Kebi, we came from Kanta.
Right.
Hmm?
Right.
So,
The famous warrior. Now, how was this link you had with the wife of the
Dio.
DO?
It's
How did it help your education? How did it
So,
really give
she
you?
used to call me because she have no son.
Right.
I think she was a teacher before she married
The DO.
the Dio.
Right.
So when they came, and the DO and my dad, they will go for hunting. They have gun, they go hunt.
Right.
So I was the only boy, and then with her dog. She was so much in love with her dog. So, and she never allowed me to be with her dog because she said I will kill her dog. So in any case, so she brought me up.
Okay. Okay.
Our father was dead.
She was a teacher. Yes.
She
So
was
did
my teacher.
you go to a formal primary school?
Yeah, I went to primary school.
Okay. And then after, did you what kind of education
So-
did you have after the primary school?
After the primary, I had to educate myself. I went to private study, reading, because in those days, when you happen to be in middle two. You can read, you can sit for exam to secondary school, and then the rest is yours.
Yeah.
Like my friend, Professor this fellow, when we met in Nigerian Youth Congress, he said he is reading for his school side. From there, and then he went to even to come to read to a degree level, and then to even a doctorate, and he was a teacher.
Yeah.
And he was a professor in the university, Kalba,
Okay.
and he used to go to ABU. Yes.
So let me ask you, you are well known as a businessman and then politician.
No.
Yeah.
A politician before the business.
So which tell us what, so the politician, you started as politics.
Yes. I
So
started
tell us
in politics.
about your journey in politics, how you moved from
that's
NC and all that.
You keep on emphasizing businessman.
Okay.
No. I was a politician.
Fine. How did you start politics?
What happened? The man who was married to my cousin, Ismail Beach, took me to Kaduna. He went for a training, auxiliary training, and then they sent him to Maiduguri. So he came from a royal family. So when he was in Maiduguri, he got himself involved with the local politics. He was a Nepo man. And then they formed the Bono Youth Movement. So when he came back after some years, so he was the one who brought a Nepo for us.
In Nasarawa or in Kaduna?
No, Wamba.
Wamba.
Beach.
Okay.
So we are so excited. Most of us, those who came from the royal family, were anti the institution. So we joined with the open.
So you started with Nepo?
Yeah.
Right.
I started with Nepo because it's Nepo who happened to bring me, Mala Aminu Kano and Zik. I went to your hometown, Katsina.
MD and all
in
those?
1959. I was with Zik. That was my first time
But
going
Zik,
to
in
Katsina.
fact, that's one of the things I find curious about your political career.
Yeah.
Zik is not Nepo, or was not Nepo, Zik.
No, but Zik was NCNC,
Yes.
Nepo Alliance.
Okay.
Nepo was brought up by Association of Teachers. But Saadu Zungur was the father of the Nepo. Because Saadu Zungur was senior to Malang Aminu Kano. Even when he left, because Malang Aminu Kano went to Kaduna Government College in 1937. So, but that association of teachers, from there, there were some radicals who wanted change. So Malang Aminu Kano was among the people. But Malang Aminu Kano was not among the founder of the Nepo.
Yeah.
The Nepo was founded by 8 people. And Magazet Ambata is here.
Yes.
The 8 people.
Yes. But you were you active in Nepo, or did you quickly move to NCNC?
No, I was
because you are in
active.
Ibadan.
I was active in Nepo. Because of that, I was sent to Ibadan to be a secretary of the Nepo. I was very young. So I was a local secretary. Then I emerged to the secretary of the Nepo in the Western region. Joe McEwen was the national secretary of the NCNC. So in February, when Zik started the registration campaign for the election which is coming in 1959 in December. So then Joe McQueen phoned my office in Sabo. He said, Isyaku, I would like you to come to Lagos tomorrow. So when I arrived in the morning about 9, so he came into the office. He said, you are going to go to Wari. Zik will start a registration campaign. So you will help to translate.
Why? Were you speaking Urubu or something?
No, English.
Okay, English, okay.
Yes, if you say, I will help, you're talking about the Hausa community.
Okay, in Wari.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So you joined the Zik campaign team.
Yeah. That was the mission.
Yes.
Because NCNC and NEPO, they were alliance.
I see.
So wherever we have the Hausa community, who happen to be the majority, they were NEPOs. So when Zik speak, I will be able to give the correct interpretation of what he was, the message he want them to know.
So what happened to you? All these political activities, NEPO and NCNC, it ended with the coup of 1966. What happened to you after the coup?
You are rushing about the information. Please.
No, I'm saying,
No.
I understood.
I don't give interview in short, because we haven't finished. You say, what happened about the coup?
No, what I'm saying is...
No, you don't even talk about how did we manage to come to have the election and to form a government between the NCNC and the MPC.
Yeah, well, I think that is...
No. It's very important because if you want to give the historical,
yes,
you should be patient. Because I don't want you to misquote me.
Yes, no.
Otherwise, I will not attend your interview.
You are on tape, so
no. I'm on the tape.
Yes.
You should allow me.
Okay.
You want to talk about Nigeria, you jump about the coup.
Yeah, no, the reason why I brought
you jump about the coup. How did the coup come?
Okay, the coup came because
the
politicians
coup came
failed.
Because
yes.
After the independence, we have the independence. Abu Bakr Tafawa was a prime minister.
Yes.
Zik was a governor general.
Yes, sir. But these are all fairly well-known
No.
facts.
You don't jump and say, what happened about the coup? You don't want to know about what happened.
I'm more interested in your life.
Please.
I want to know your
You are not interested in my life.
Career progress.
No, you are not. Because you have no patience.
Okay.
Listen.
Do you want us to go back to...
Kabiru.
Yes, sir.
I read journalism. I was the first African to read Germany. To read journalism in Western Germany.
Right.
So please.
Okay, sir. You want us to go
back? Do you understand?
I understand.
No. If you come to just sort out what the military do, how you doing so, I was a businessman.
Yeah.
You are only talking to me about businessman.
Yeah.
You are not talking about my political career. No, how did I manage?
Yes.
I would have thought you would be so interested to know. You want to know the details?
I actually am.
No.
I am.
Kabiru, please, I'm warning.
So how did your politics?
What was it affected? No patience. You do not even allow me to talk.
Okay.
You jump into coup.
But sir, we have 1 hour. We have 1 hour.
I am a Democrat.
Yes.
Okay. I am a Democrat,
right.
Kabiru.
Right.
We campaign in this country.
Right.
I was with Zik throughout.
Right.
There was election 11 December 1959.
Right.
NCNC won the election in Eastern region.
Right.
MPC won the majority in Northern region. So automatically, Action Group won the majority in Western region.
Right.
So now they have to start hustling. how they can form a government. Because MPC do not have majority in nationwide.
Right.
The same thing was NCSC. The same thing was Exile. So there was a need. So Zik decided to work with the MPC. So MPC produced the Prime Minister, and NCNC produced the Zik as the president of the Senate at that time. So, Malang Aminu Kano, we the neighbor had 8 seats. Wadanas was among the young people. So there was a coalition government. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
So
PRP was in that coalition government.
Yes.
With their 8 seats.
Eh?
PRP.
No, there was no PRP.
Nebu.
Yes.
Nebu was in that coalition government.
Because that was the first time Malang Aminu Kano came to the federal. He won the election in Kano. So he became chief whip in that coalition government. So I thought that you be patient.
No,
and if you want people to know about the country.
Yeah, these are fairly well-known historical facts.
And so, but
I want to locate you in it.
Why, if you are talking to me, you don't talk about military. Because I do not support the military.
Okay, sir.
I condemn the military government. I call Buhari's government military junta.
Yes.
And that's why I was away for 10 years.
Okay, during the 84. So I mean,
so I promoted the Shehu Shagari.
Yeah, tell us.
So you don't even, you are ignoring about it. No, you don't want to talk about Shehu Shagari.
We haven't come
because you had decided, you met Shehu Shagari.
Yes.
But you decided to put him on the
No, we haven't come to that period.
No.
I'm
you are
wondering,
talking to because they are trying to put military on my head.
No, sir. After the First Republic, you told us how it was formed.
Yes.
After the election.
Under who staged the coup?
No.
Military.
Yeah, of course they did.
But the military.
Yes, but
just say the military.
The military did.
Kill
and truncated
our leaders.
Yes, truncated that process. So I'm wondering, as a politician in that period, what happened to someone like you? What did you do?
What happened? I was not in the country because I had gone to Soviet Union.
Good.
I came back from Soviet Union in 1964. I have met Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa because the head of the security, Musa Sullivan, wanted me to explain my situation.
Your movement. Why were you in the communist bloc?
No, they know. Musa Sullivan was the head of the security in Nigeria. He knows my movement. We formed the Nigerian Youth Congress. Tunji Ochegbe was our leader. Myself, Bola Ege, Femi Okudu. So a lot of us radicals from the Nigerian Youth Congress. So, but because of my exposure, the head of the security at that time is E department was Musa Sullivan.
A white man.
A white man who happened to be a Jew.
Right.
So that's how.
So you came. You are in the Soviet Union.
I went to Soviet Union 62 to 64.
Yes. Were you studying or were you a student? Did you go to study or you are doing business?
This is, I say we form Nigerian Youth Congress, which is affiliated with the Communist International.
Okay.
And Mandela was in Nigeria when they killed Mobutu. When they killed Lumumba.
Right.
So we demonstrated against that. But Mandela was in Nigeria as a guest of Sir Abubakar Tafawa. So at that time, so we all used to go to him, but he was staying, they kept him in Mbazalike Amichi's house. He was a minister, but he was not married. So that's where Mandela was. So I went on the platform of Nigeria Youth Congress.
Okay.
I was to be trained as a revolutionary cadet. It was the highest political institution which was founded by Lenin in 1924 to train people from different parts of the world, where with a lot of Cubans, a lot of people from Africa and Asia.
So, but I don't know. We don't like the coup, but the coup happened in '66. Did your movement then continue fighting the coup, or you just went to your private life and
No,
waited
I didn't go to my
until the
I
next?
made a statement. I said Buhari is nothing but a military junta.
But that was not the Buhari coup.
Eh?
This was the '66 coup. This was the '66 coup.
No, I'm talking about 66. I said I was in Soviet Union. They had the coup. 66, I have come.
Yes.
I was in Germany as a student.
Yes.
They had the coup January 15.
Yes.
After the Commonwealth meeting in Lagos.
Yes.
The script of that coup, I was a student reading journalism. I was in the political desk. Every morning, I had to go and collect the manuscript from all over the world to my own department. So when
This was East Germany, right?
Yes. So when I went there in the morning, it's 6 o'clock. So I saw among the script, Pooch in Nigeria,
Yes.
their minister president,
Yes.
Fa Shibunden. Coup in Nigeria,
It's in German, right?
yeah. They say in Nigeria, Pooch. The minister president, that means the prime minister, Fa Shibunden. His whereabouts is unknown. So I asked my colleague, who was in the economic desk, Maya, I say, is it correct if I give the interpretation that there is a coup in Nigeria, the prime minister, his whereabouts is unknown? It's a correct English. I then phoned Dalhatu Kolo.
Dalhatu?
Dalhatu Kolo,
Okay.
who was our consul general in Bad Godesberg, in Bonn, around a quarter to 7. So I pick up the telephone. I say, sir, I just want to inform you there is a coup in Nigeria. He said, I shouldn't disturb you. So I banged the telephone. I said, oh, please, could you listen to BBC? So when he listened to BBC, they announced, and at that time they said Sardauna was killed. So 5 after 7, he called me to apologize. I said, I wouldn't use, because I was something, that's what I was telling you. I said, anyway, I keep you informed. So I was the one who was sending him.
So did you come back to Nigeria after the coup, or did you stay abroad?
I came back to Nigeria in 1968.
Okay.
So when I graduated in Germany, I went to London. My guardian, Abdul Malik Atta, was the High Commissioner. He gave me employment as Assistant Information Officer, locally recruited.
In the London Embassy.
So if you see the publication, you will see me.
So is that the beginning of your international career?
Huh?
Is that the beginning of your international career?
That was the beginning. After I have finished, I'm now working
So when did you become a businessman?
Oh, after, from Germany, from London, because Ogundupe, they had coup. They wanted Ogundupe to be the head of state. Ogundupe said, no, he has 7 children, and his wife, she's not educated. He will not take appointment, which after 6 months, they will come and kill him and leave his children with the wife who is not educated. So he will prefer, if they will be so kind, to send him to London.
Yes.
So they then send him to London.
As
And they
ambassador.
ask, as a high
High
commissioner.
Commissioner, yes.
So they then asked my guardian, Alhaji Abdul Maliki, which remained 2 years for him to retire in the service. Then they sent him to Paris. So
I see.
I wanted to go with him. He said, no, you have to stay with Ogundupe for 1 year. So and at that time, we started all these crises for Biafran and everything. So all the members of the parliament, they were ever so happy that any information they want about Nigeria, I was able to.
Yeah.
So after a year, then I walked to Brigadier Ogundupe. I said, I'm going to Paris to learn French. He said, I said, you know, I wanted to go, but Abdul Maliki said I should stay with you for 1 year. So that's how I left Ogundupe in London. I went to Paris. Then when I was in Paris, so there was the movement, now Raf Owochue, who was there. He decided to join Biafra. So he was a Biafran representative. Raf Owochue was the son of the chief clerk or the governor of the northern Nigeria. You know, Raf went to the school, what do you call, in Kaduna.
I didn't know that.
They are
I know he's the
famous.
publisher later on of the Africa magazine.
Raf, when?
Well, I thought that's the Ralph Owuchi. Was he not in journalism? Was he not in publishing at some point?
I don't know whether after he left.
But then you met him in Paris. What was the
No, I met him in Paris because Professor Osamu was born in Wamba. And Professor Osamu and Raf, their first cousin. That was the connection. So I was in Paris for 1 year. And during my study in Paris, Alhaji Shehu Shagari was sent to Paris as a leader of the delegation to meet Charles de Gaulle about his policy. He was supporting Biafra. So
Shagari was a minister or was he in parliament?
no, he was not a parliament. He was not in parliament.
Okay,
It was
so
General Gawang.
But he was in the Gawang cabinet.
It was during the General Gawang.
The Gawang cabinet, yes.
So he was sent with some Nigerian, but he was the head of the delegation.
Yes.
So I came back from school, so I was told that Abdul Malik wants to see me. So when I got there, Shagari was sitting, and then he introduced me to Alhaji Shehu Shagari. He says, this Malik Isyaku is reading French. Do you know him? He said, no. He said, well, this is Alhaji Shehu Shagari doing. He said, I always read about him, but we have never met one-to-one.
So that connection with Shagari, because it is well known your history with Shagari, that eventually you supported him, he became president.
Yes.
Eventually in 1979.
Yes.
Did that sort of ordinarily people expect that you will also be rewarded with a government appointment.
No.
But why you then rewarded differently, maybe
No.
as a business?
For me, let me tell you, Kabiru, I have never had ambition to hold a political office because I will not take rubbish from people. Do you understand?
Yes.
I know my weaknesses. In life, if you don't know your weaknesses, you cannot move forward. I'm hot-tempered. I don't like anybody to talk rubbish. So, politics, I will promote you to be anything. Shagari, it was that time. Alhaji Abdul Maliki said, please, you should stop not going to school for these 4 days. Stay with Alhaji Shehu Shagari until when he said that it's okay. So I had the opportunity to know him. I found him a very brilliant, intelligent fellow. Calm, well composed, and cultured. So, and he was very happy because he knew I was exposed politically. He said he heard about me all along. So anyway, he left. After I came back from school on Monday, I went to see Alhaji Abdul Malik. So Alhaji Abdul Malik, I said, how do you find Shagari? I said, I find him a very interesting person. He's very decent, culture civilized, brilliant, well articulate, and very humble, and with a high degree of sense of humility. I was standing. So he said, I should sit down. So I sat down. He said, if I tell you something, you won't tell anybody. I said, sir, I went to the highest political institution of the Communist Party. We don't write. Yeah. As a revolutionary cadet, you don't write.
Yeah, I know.
So I said, anything which cannot enter here, then it has no value for me. I said, you tell me a secret, I will talk to somebody. I didn't do that. He says, it was then. He said, they, the leaders, are grooming 4 people. Shagari is number 1. Usman Sarki, who was abdicated, number 2.
Usman Sarki was...
Sarkin Bida. When
okay.
the abdicated.
Okay, yes.
He was a minister of interior.
Yes.
During Sabo Katababaya. Metamasule, Ibrahim Waziri.
Ibrahim Waziri?
Yes, Ibrahim was an MPN now.
Okay.
I mean, he was MPC now.
Okay, yes.
He was a minister of economic.
He became GMPP.
So you don't know the history of Nigeria?
You're talking about Waziri Ibrahim?
Waziri Ibrahim.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
So he said there were 4.
Okay.
Who were the leaders.
Yes.
Were thinking one of them will emerge to take over from Sabo Katababaya.
Shagari it was.
But Shagari was the first choice.
Yes.
Because Shagari has been a parliamentary secretary to Tafawa Balewa. He was a minister of establishment under Tafawa Balewa. So, information is power.
So let me unfortunately move a little faster.
Yeah.
Under the government of Shagari, who eventually became president through the processes of democracy, you became you didn't want a political position, but you became a very well-known, wealthy businessman.
Huh?
I say well-known and wealthy businessman.
Yes.
That's when I read about you.
Okay.
In the international magazines, you had a private jet.
Yeah.
You are Yes,
So the first year, you see, you only I had a private jet.
Yes.
But I had a jet more than 2 years earlier. Not that G2.
Okay.
I had SH-125 Mark 400 were the only two Nigerians
Yes.
who have a private plane.
Yes.
So this was in 1979.
Right.
Eh?
Yes.
So you heard about that private jet G2
Yes.
in 1982.
Yes, I think so. But still.
And you were a student
I was.
with my nephew, Dr. Musa Ibrahim.
Yes. Yes.
So-
I remember Musa. But the point is,
So-
this. I want you to tell us more about this aspect, this phase
that
of your
aspect,
life.
okay.
An international businessman being covered by the international media. How was it then? What were you doing?
What actually happened? I went to America. The first person who gave me business to go to America was Balana Adi.
Bala?
Bala.
Yeah. Na Adi.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was the head of the engineering in Air Force.
Nigerian Air Force. Right.
And you know him very well.
Not very well. I've heard of you.
Okay. Perhaps you know his younger brother could be, you know him more. Because he was Buhari's man in Jos. When Buhari was a commanding officer, he wanted me to meet Buhari. But I knew the program of Buhari in his group. He will insist, Wallahi Buhari na so iganka. I say, I don't want to see him.
Okay, but then, so he facilitated, he gave you the first job, you said? You went to-
Bala.
Yes.
So that was the time I went to America, 1969.
Yes.
But when I was in Paris reading French, my classmate, I have two classmates, they were Americans. One, her father was a Jewish man, but we have the same name. He was Abraham. My surname is Ibrahim. And Isaac, they call it. So she told me what her father was doing in business. So I collected. So we depart. They went back. She went to Harvard to read music. A girl went to read business. Anyway, so when I got this contract to supply spare part of DC-3, Bala said, can I get this? I said, yes. So he gave me a bulk of orders for DC-3. So I then phoned America. I got Mr. Abraham. I said, I'm calling. I said, my name is Isyaku Ibrahim. So Isaac, Abraham, are you looking for Maureen? I said, no. I said, I'm looking for you, sir. I said, I have bulk of orders of this spare part of DC-3 and some of communication. And I want to come to America. So we arranged. I went to America. He had made a reservation for me. His office in number 92 West Street, opposite Wall Street.
It's in New York.
Yeah, in New York. So I got there. It would take him 4 days. So the television, American system, they will be debating, they will be doing all. So I became so involved. I said, why can't we have American system of government. That was my dream.
Did you live in America for a long time because of that? Did you live in America for a long
No,
time?
no. I said I was there for 4 days.
Okay.
So then I started going to America.
Regularly.
Then they had, Janagaon was giving all kind of promises and he will not fulfill it. So these people cooked up the coup to overthrow him. But unfortunately, I was a person, Murtala said they have to look for me to go and call Brigadier Ikwe, who was the head of the Air Force. Murtala and Brigadier Ikwe, Ilya Bisala, I.B. Haruna, Janashua. Those were the cosmates in Sandhurst. So, but Murtala and Ilya Bisala, always together. So, Murtala, what happened? There was a meeting in London. Everybody thought Janagaon was going to change the governors, everything, but Janagaon didn't do it. So they decided to execute their program.
That is to do another coup.
To
do another coup.
To do that coup. So
now, let me still dwell on the phase of your life where you are now supplying spare parts for military equipment,
okay.
and you are making money. And
I was making money.
There was
of course.
this rumor that you have become an armed merchant or seller.
No.
Is this true?
You see, what actually happened? You see, everybody has his own destiny. When they called me neighbor boy, people like Abdul Aziz Atta, who was the permanent secretary of finance, is because of my connection with the Atta family.
With the Malik in
because
Paris.
of their senior brother, Abdul Malik. And Yusuf Gober, they called me neighbor boy. So Yusuf Gober was in London. Musarisa, who had worked in the French company in Nigeria, who had worked in Okene, became very close to Atta family. Apparently, his wife, the Frenchman, miner, lived in Wamba. So he came to Abdul Maliki, and then Abdul Maliki introduced me. He said, oh, I should come to his office. So we went together. So that day, he called me. He said, I should come. When I came, he said, do I know Yusuf Gober? I said, of course. He said, he's in London. She wants to see him. I said, which hotel? So he dialed the number. And Yusuf Gober picked up the telephone. I said, my name is Isyaku Ibrahim. He said, oh, Nefo boy. I said, my friend wants to see you. Musarisa
was then PAMSEC?
Yeah, he was a permanent secretary of defense at that time. Musarisa has left French company. He is the one who was involved in Kashmir war.
Wow.
He was the arms dealer. So he made his money during the Kashmir war. So now he wants to get involved in Nigeria. So I told Yusuf Gober that he wants to see him. He would like to see him. He said, okay, he should give us time. So I said, well, tomorrow. He said, you should be at about 11:30. Can you work? He said, of course. So he said, what can he buy for him? I said, buy a bottle of perfume. 1 bottle of perfume. Tell him for his wife. I said, you have me, Musarisa? He said, yes. If you exceed. So he went. Yusuf Gober received him very well. And they were doing their business very well. So
So you're getting your commission.
Huh?
You are also...
No, me, I didn't ask him anything until when I graduated. So this time we were fighting with Biafran boys. We abused each other. So when I came to tell them that I'm going back to Nigeria, they said, there is a boy in Nigeria. I said, but it's my country. I have to.
Yeah, but sir, you became very wealthy, and then there was even
Then ask now, you want to know about my
yes.
Paris activity?
Let me be a bit more curious.
How I become a jet. Okay?
Jet setter.
Jet. Yes. I'm sure kuna makaranta. Kai. Lalle wannan yayi sata da yawa.
No, sir. We were impressed. We just said, well, look, this is a successful Nigerian being featured in the international media.
So when I was about to come back, I asked Mr. Risa, I said, I'm going back to Nigeria. And you know that is full war. I said, I would like you to give me money. I want to go into business. I'm not going to work in the government. He looked at me and he laughed. He said, I will give you money because you have a future. So he gave me $250,000, which was about 125,000 pounds. Because at that time, $2, say, 50 make £1. So I calculate. I say, well, if I go back to Nigeria, if I don't work, I can feed myself for good 5 years. Because Janagawan, the head of state, his salary is 3,500 pounds.
Yes.
Can you imagine me having 125,000 pounds? So I calculated everything. So I told him, I said, I'm going. He took me to the bank, opened the account for me. He said, but take 10,000, go and see what is happening. 10,000 was a big money. So I landed. Most of my friends, Tukur Osman, the one...
Pamsek from Katsina.
No, Tukur Osman, the...
In Nigeria?
The news
New Nigerian, yes.
And in Nigeria.
Yes.
You know, he was something newspaper reporter.
Yes, in Lagos.
In Lagos.
Yes.
So that's how I met him when I came back from Russia. So we become very, everybody.
So I mean, here you were, then that sets you up as a businessman and...
Yeah, then I became businessman. Then I'm now making money. Then everybody wants, most of the permanent secretary, they will call me, you want to do business, go and do this. And Ibrahim Damshida, I was like his little brother, everything. So the business which I'm not involved, he will make sure that I got involved. So then I bought the first jet. Only Amakri, Chief Amakri. And Amakri was ambassador. He came from Boni Oil. Yeah. So
the two of you then own private jets in Nigeria. So you are not the first. You are not the first to own a private jet. You are the second.
I'm the second.
Yes,
Chief Amakri was the first. Yeah, and he is from Abonima.
So how was life then? I mean, what do you do if you own a private jet? You just fly all over the world, or you just keep it?
No, I do, because I was not the only person using it. Like, I refuse to allow Shagari's family or Shagari to use a government plane. When his family want to go to holidays in London, they will stay in my house. When they want to go to Umrah, and Umar Jiko, of course, we see clandestine. Umar doesn't like to sleep. He will use my plane if I'm in town.
But if you are not in town, where were you normally? Were you based in the U.S. or Paris?
No, you see, I have business to build the artillery in Bauchi, the military artillery. So I was, but I spent most of the time in Nigeria.
Did you have homes abroad? Did you have homes abroad in the U.S.? Or
No, I refused deliberately not to do business with them, with the exception of that fellow.
do you
So
miss?
now I start organizing congressional caucus meeting, bringing a lot of American politicians. That's how I came to know the Kennedy family.
Yes, yes.
That's how I brought Joe Kennedy and Stephen, his cousin, to Nigeria.
Yeah.
So that's how I introduced Obasanjo. They wanted to know Andrew Young, and through that, they will be able to invite Jimmy Carter. So Joe Garba, he was going to United Nations. He came to my house in number 3 Benson Close. In any case, I bought my house, personal house, in 1972 in Lagos.
Yes. In Ikoyi.
I was a bachelor. So,
how is family life for a jet setter? At what point did you settle down, if and all that? And how?
Me, in the first place, I have no program to marry. Me and my friend from Thailand, we met in London. His father was the president of the military bank, but he was a lawyer. So we were having fun. So we agreed not to get married.
But I think later on you did, and you have a family.
Yes, because John Agawan was intimidating me. When he sees me with a girl, he says, "You like it,
So how many wives did you eventually marry, and how many kids do you have?
I married one. I had 2 kids.
Can see
Amina, Ahmed.
Have you been close to other Nigerian leaders after Shagari? Since then, have you been close to other Nigerian leaders?
Of course, I was
after
very
Shagari?
close. But I thought I was in NCNC in Nepal.
No,
So
after,
all the politicians.
After Shagari.
After Shagari,
Yes. Have you been close to other Nigerian leaders? Have you?
the Nigerian leaders who were originally, some of them from the NCNC, from the action group, they remain my friends. But I was not doing anything. Like when I came back, they have formed the PDP, but they don't have money. Solomon La was the chairman. So he came to my hotel, he said, they don't have money. I should go and look for money. So I went to Chief Hari Akande. I want some money. He said, for what? I said, for my party. He said, what have I got to do with your party? I said, listen, Hari, I want money. Because I helped him to get everything for Baba Kenjai. The project in Nigeria. Hari had a project for $13 billion. I said, Hari, I don't ask money. I said, for my party. So he said, okay. You phone? He says, they should bring a draft check for me for 10 million. So I flew back in the morning. I called Solomon La. I said, I'm coming to your hotel. I brought a draft check for 10 million. He said, he's coming.
So you ended up helping, you're still involved politically,
raising now,
funds, yes.
After that, I said, you people don't have money, how are we going? I said, okay, I organized fundraising. That night, I raised 78 million for them. Because people trusted me.
Are you involved with the present government, the whole...
Which present government?
AP,
Your brother's government.
well, the present government.
No, I don't understand. Your brother's government from Katsina.
Were you involved? I mean, because another coalition.
Buhari, what happened? Wallahi tallahi, he went to Kaduna, he and Mamandaura. They went to apologize to Umar Diko. Umar said, you did your own, but Allah knows. Allah protected me. The house, the place where you claim me, I was the one, when I was a student leader, I went to see Sir Abu Bakr Tafawa Balewa, that he should get us Nigerian student, big place where our students who are in the provinces, if they come to London, they will stay there and pay with some discount. So Tafawa Balewa agreed. That's why they bought the Inverness Terrace, where they went and created Umar. So they went to Umar Diko. So Umar said, bygone is bygone. We have to build our country, Nigeria. So after they left, Umar phoned me and said, these people are coming because he knows my temperament. Please, is Nigeria we should look forward. Since has happened. And God has shown us that we mean well. They are now coming to Vegas. Don't hold grudge. So Buhari sat down there next to me, Mamandaura, that's it. So he came and said, it's okay. So that's why I bought pages, advertorial. I said they should vote for Buhari. I delivered Nasarawa State for him. He didn't win local government in Daura. So.
But are you happy with the outcome now?
Now?
Yes.
How can you say that I'm happy? I'm a Democrat. I have never seen my country in that kind of situation. People are dying. People have no food. In my area, I have to be sending. Are you happy? Are you people making progress in Katsina? I don't know whether you people are doing well.
Well, I'm not in politics. I'm just a journalist.
You are not in politics.
Questions.
You are in politics from the day one you were born in your blood. I know your history in Katsina. So don't come and sit down before me and say, politics. Every human being who is normal is a politician. You play politics in your house.
Yes.
When you have family. You want your idea to be listened, isn't it? So it's politics. You and your wife, if there are no politics, you cannot live together. You have to tell her little lies.
Let me, I think we'll round up. My people are sort of indicating we have stayed. You are now retired, living quiet.
Retire?
So I don't know. I'm assuming.
In politics, you don't retire.
I don't hear you so much involved. So you have not retired from politics?
No, you see, Kabiru, we are not in the environment which I will play politics, but I can advise those who want to listen. Because in politics, you must believe in 4 cardinal principles of politics. Belief, conviction, commitment, and loyalty. They don't have that. So if somebody doesn't believe in what he's doing, why should he waste your time? So if somebody is not committed, why should you waste your time? So there is no this. Everybody wants to play politics to steal. People go with the intention to steal, not to play politics. So it's only in Nigeria you see members of the National Assembly driving all these kind of cars, very expensive. So don't me, I'm waiting. If Malan Kabiru decide, because I trust you. Yeah.
So I think at this point, I'd like to thank you for a very frank discussion and reflection on your life.
Yes.
I wish you more active years ahead and involvement in politics of our country. And viewers, I hope you enjoyed this session with Alhaji Isyaku Ibrahim, elder statesman, politician, and businessman who has given us quite a bit to think about. Until another edition of Reminiscence, see you again.